Hey guys, Hrph here. Welcome to another episode of Minecraft here in PiWorld. I had some technical difficulties recording the original audio on this, so I'm just dubbing with a track. So I did grab those. I was just looking at that little island over there. It's not actually an island. It is it's like an underwater like ruin. So we're going to go explore that. I did grab the pumpkins over there. So I'm just going to collect metal here. I did poke my head down here with the couple of torches I had. And I could see the cavern continued a bit. I figured I'd come down here and at least grab some of the resources here. Mostly the iron. Because we need some armor. As you'll see in a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to kind of walk through a bit of a story here while we watch the gameplay. This is another kind of funny story about me and my brother. It's not really about him this time, but it's just involves the two of us. So back in the day, we used to ride bikes a lot. So my brother and I we're young, and I'm probably 11 or 12 or something like that. So my brother's maybe 10. And my mom decided that, despite the fact that her children, go off and play in, a local like wetland kind of swampy area for the majority of their time, and they're off playing, sports across town without supervision. But we were in danger. We were unsafe. We were vulnerable. So her solution to that was to buy these giant orange flags that you would stick on your bicycle, right? So that people in cars could see you coming or whatever. So we didn't ask for them, obviously, but my mother felt like these were required. So she ended up buying them against our will. My dad was putting them on this day in the driveway, and I'm not sure about my brother, but I was just sitting there looking in horror as I died here. I got wise here, and I ended up making a shield. So I looked on in horror as you can just feel, any social standing that I had, with my friends was just draining. So, sure enough, my dad puts them on. So now we have these, these fiberglass traffic cone orange poles with, a big triangular shaped flag at the top. And, it was just horrible. Yeah, you know what? People driving by in cars, they could see me coming. They could also see how sad I was that I had this flag on my bike. So we suffer with these things. Friends of mine, just picked on me every chance they got, and with their cool bikes without these dumb flags. And anyway, so a couple weeks goes by, and we had this sort of dirt pile at the house that we turned into a jump. So the driveway at my parents' house, it's a little bit of a, it goes from the front of the house to the back, it goes down, so we could get a good head of steam going down the driveway, and then we go over the dirt a tiny bit to hit this jump. And we were Evel Knievel fans, as kids, so jumping stuff was cool, right? We weren't actually jumping anything other than just dirt and air. So one day my brother's flying down there, and what we would do is you'd have one of us would stand down there and sort of mark, with a stick or something, like how far your brother jumped. So I remember I'm down there waiting for him to do a run, and he comes flying down the driveway, and I think what he did is as he hit the dirt, he tried to pull up on the handlebars, to get a little extra height or whatever. And instead, he just went right down on his fanny, right off the back of the bike. Didn't get any air at all, just crashed. But what happened was, when his butt hit the ground, it was enough to rip that fiberglass pole, to kind of, break it, shatter it, rip it out of the, whatever the holder is, that it's attached to on the back tire of your bike. So I should also say that we're riding these BMX bikes, right? Hrph, I believe the brand was Hrph. They were from Sears. Like pretty much everything else in our house back then, it was from Sears. So we are sporting, riding these okay sort of BMX style bikes, Hrph, with the giant orange flags. And my brother is fortunate enough to crash and break his. So I plead with my parents. Now I'm the oldest sibling, so I plead with my parents. Weed doesn't have his. So can I take mine off too? And of course the answer was no. We're going to get him another one. So, I make the argument a couple of times. I'm like, oh, come on, it's not fair, And no, I had to keep the flag on mine. So now not only do I have this orange flag, now, I have to have it when my little brother doesn't. So that's even worse. So this just goes on for at least a couple of more weeks, and then I finally get the clue, right? Most normal kids, they would figure out a way already, right? But not me. No, I didn't want to be controversial. I didn't want to do anything bad, so I just went with it, left it there, till a couple weeks go by, and I think it was either my brother or one of my friends just kind of said, that flag could have an accident out here in the woods, something like that. So we start coming up with ways to how can we break this and make it look legitimate, like I didn't just rip it off. And the answer ended up being, I think, is that I just smashed it with a big stick that we found, and kind of broke it. And I brought it home and showed my parents that mine broke too. And I know they didn't believe me, but we never had to get, my brother never got a replacement, so I sported mine for a couple of extra weeks, I guess, and finally got wise, right? So Hrph grew up a little bit there, a little bit naive, but anyway, the story of the stupid orange flags. Let's see what I'm doing here. So I wised up here. I died once. I got a shield. I am not used to using shields. Mostly back a few years ago when we played, mostly Minecraft is all I played. Shields were a thing, but the skeletons weren't really that bad, right? You really didn't need them. But now they really do pepper you with arrows. You really do need to use the shields as defense against these guys. So I sort of started developing a technique right about here, after I ran away, I guess, where I was trying to block the shots and hit him with the sword in between his shots. So block, let an arrow hit the shield, whack him once or twice once I got close enough. So, pretty sure this guy kills me again. And then I sort of get a little better at my technique, but yeah, I really wasn't planning on hanging around here. Is part of what I was saying in the original commentary, which didn't get recorded. And I wasn't sure how much I wanted to explore in here, because this really wasn't an area I wanted to set up in. It's not that great. So, but I do end up exploring a bit more in here. The cave branches off in a couple of directions here, and I'll just maybe I'll just play some music here, let you guys watch for a few minutes, and I'll pick it back up near the end. So I hope you enjoyed the discovery there. I will probably call it an episode here. I've tactically retreated back to the camp here to make some armor, gear up as best we can for exploring the mine shaft. I didn't want to settle here, but I guess we're gonna probably have to make a bit of an enclosed spot right about here, just so if we die or I join the server at night, we're not exposed out on the beach. So thanks for watching. As always, we'll let the outro music play a little bit longer than normal here, and if you find that we're doing stuff you like, please hit that like button, and also give us a subscription if you care to. It really would help us out, and I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.